What's up everybody, welcome back to Double T Gaming, and today I'm going to give you guys my review and first impressions of the new MMORPG, Bless Online. Now this game has been re-released several times over the years, and for this iteration, Steam picked it up and was selling it for about 40 bucks, 70 bucks, or 150 bucks. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of those numbers. But Bless Online has been labeled as a WoW killer. The combat system was supposed to be incredible, the taming of almost any creature in the game, the gameplay in general was supposed to be top notch. But now that Bless Online is actually out, only some of those things are true. This game is getting a lot of hate right now, since its early release on Monday. Probably the most hate an MMO has ever gotten on launch to my knowledge. There are server issues, server restrictions, noticeable FPS issues, noticeable fails in the translations of some of the words into English, and I've seen some big pathing issues. All of these combined have caused this game to once again get a lot of hate. But after streaming and playing it for a few hours, I did manage to get it to level 12 while playing, and I'm at a part right now where I just have to start grinding till I get to the next dungeon, and I feel like that's far enough into the introduction of the game to say what I've thought about the beginning of the journey. First of all, the combat system is pretty different than other MMOs, and I actually found it to be the most enjoyable part of the game so far. The chaining of abilities and different outcomes you could put into your change is something I wish other MMOs would pick up on. However, there is no auto attack in this game from what I've seen, so when you are out of energy or your mana, you become like a sitting duck. In the early levels, I've experienced this several times, and it just begins to make everything feel very clunky when it comes to the combat. I've also noticed some pathing issues, specifically with the looting system and the auto run system. For example, several times I've killed a mob in a certain spot, I've tried to loot it, and it would auto run me 10 feet in the other direction and then loot the mob. And sometimes when I am auto running to the next quest, instead of taking the quickest route there, it will take me the most robotic route there is. And I understand this is an auto run feature, so it's kind of meant to do that, but still the only way I would want to use auto run is if it gets me there the fastest. But moving on from the pathing issues, let's talk about the UI of the game. It actually isn't that bad. It's not cluttered with so many bars and abilities like other games are, and it's very clean and sleek to look at. But there is very limited interface modifications options, and I have had some trouble modifying my UI also. Tab targeting is very awkward in this game as well. I'll be staring at an enemy I want to attack, and I would try and tap and target it, but the tab will go to some other enemy instead. It's very clunky, annoying, and inconvenient for me personally. Now the character creation options in this game, it's actually pretty neat how they do it, but it can also be very confusing to a new player, but there is some default schemes you can pretty much use if you want to. Now I do want to take a second and talk about the translations in this game. You can tell as soon as you level up, instead of saying something like you hit level 12, it says you have hit 12 level. These small translations like this can make the game so much more difficult for a newer MMO player, especially in the beginning of the game. I know of several people who got stuck in the tutorial figuring out what mounting means and how to do it, and how to get past the scarecrow part. I even had to look it up on stream because I had no idea what was going on. Now the server issues that are happening are incredibly annoying, but I can't blame them too much for this, because it is a release of a highly anticipated MMO, just like any other game has ever been. You guys remember the Cataclysm launch, or the Warlords of Draenor launch for WoW? It was awful. But the fact that they are locking everything by faction on certain realms, and putting in player phasing it seems, so you can only see so many players at once, makes it very annoying if you're trying to play with your friends. In my eyes, I have played World of Warcraft since 2006, so I compare every MMO I play to World of Warcraft, and see if it even matches up to it. Bless Online is a fun game if you can ignore the translations, the FPS issues, the weird voice acting, the weird kind of character models. The combat is incredibly fun. The taming aspect is also incredibly fun. Being able to just run through a forest and tame a new mount or a new pet is a very cool concept. However, the fatigue factor is incredibly annoying for your mounts and your pets. Bless is a game that I hope does become more successful one day, and I will continue to play it for a little while longer to see if it's able to clear up some of these issues, but for now, I see this stacking nowhere near up to the other big MMOs in today's world. And I realize this is an early access game, but the developers themselves put a lot of hype into it, and so did the entire MMO community. So I really do hope that Bless Online is able to get it together and become a great game. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about Bless Online in the comment section down below. If you like this video, if you like Bless Online, if you like MMOs in general, subscribe to the channel. I try and keep up to date with the biggest MMOs right now, especially vanilla World of Warcraft, because that is my passion. Also, if you have a second, go ahead and follow me on Twitch at DoubleTGaming2K. I stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time using Restream, so hopefully if you can make it, try and tune in for it. But thank you guys for watching. This is Double T Gaming. I'll see you guys in the next video.